Hello, Stitchy friends. This is Nikki Stitchy. Has been a hot minute, about 6 months. Last time I filmed was in April 19th with Flosstube 17. So I'm at Flosstube 18 today. It's Saturday, August 30th. And I have been stitching. I've been stitching on about 17 projects. Started a whole bunch of new starts also. And yeah, I wanted to come back to show you my works in progress, which is called Whips. Since then, I've continued to stitch. As you can see, I had my grandson in May, been there 2 times. They came here once, and we started back homeschooling. So it's been pretty busy. I'm sure as all you have been pretty busy as well this summer and starting this fall. So I'm going to try this format to see if it's easier to talk to my projects, to you guys, instead of looking at my face and talking. Because I don't do it as often, it feels like it's awkward staring at myself and talking to myself. I think you need more practice. So let's see how this will go. So the first project I'm going to talk about is my Heaven and Earth Designs Stitch Along. It's by Laura Stewart, called Drinks on the Beach. And the last time you've seen it on my last Flosstube, I did about 27,000 stitches. I have, to this date, finished 48,000 stitches. And now I am at 67.26%. So I have finished about 6 pages, and I'm starting the 7th full page, and I got 7, 8, 9, and then there's like some little tiny pieces. So I think in October they're going to release the last installment, and if I don't put any more stitches into it right now, I will receive the other 11 mini charts that we were able to choose from. If I do finish all of it, I will also get a free chart at the end of the year. I have done this on 32 count. I actually reused it from another project, and it's pretty dirty over there. And I have it on my Almanac. See how dirty it is? Anyway, it's on my Almanac factory scroll frame, which I really like. Let's see. You can see the grid lines, but I love the grid lines. And I'm doing this 1/1 on tint. And yeah, I'm getting pretty sick of the oranges though. So hopefully I think I might have a little bit of orange towards the end, but I don't know. It'll be nice to get this one finished because it feels like it's an obligation right now for me to do it. But I can probably knock out, these 3 pages and maybe a month working on other things also. So let's see. I have decided to put all the floss. Is this it? Yeah. See all the oranges? I decided to put all the floss on these floss drops. And since then, I have changed my method, but this will work until I'm done with it. This is CXC floss 1/1 tint, which has been my jam so far. So that's Drinks on the Beach by Laura Stewart. And I completed 21,000 stitches. Okay, put that down. My next project is Blossom Park by Andy Russell. Let me see if I can get the full picture for you. I have 2 Kindles. So I bought, you can see my ring light, but I bought these 2. Well, I have a big one Kindle and a little Kindle. That's my old one, and I felt like it's been like giving me issues. So I bought the bigger one, but for some reason I have some charts on the little one and some charts on the big one. So let me see if I can get the picture for you. I think I'm going to try to print them out so the glare wouldn't be so bad. But let's see if I could do it without the glare. Oh, I did it. That's what it will look like when it's finished. It's regular size, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm also doing this on 32 count and CXC, and it's pretty tiny. Let's see, you can see my scissors. On this one, I have completed well, the last time you seen it, I did about 2%, and now I'm at 7.7%, and I did about 16,000 stitches on this. So I've been working cross country, trying to complete the strand as much as I can. And this tree is taking me out. So I haven't stitched on it for probably a month or so, but I need to get back to it. It's turning out pretty. I like the contrast of the blue skies here. This is also 1/1 tent stitch with CXE. And here's some yellow stitches. And it's going to get pretty light, so I don't know. It is kind of cumbersome to stitch on white fabric. So yeah, that might take me a little bit more time than I would like. My next one is my travel appointment piece that I'm doing for a friend. It's called it's called The Bookshelf by Little House Needleworks. And it's my paper chart. And I have completed since the last time, since I've been on the plane. I took to go visit my grandson. So we went twice already, and I think I worked on finishing I finished this part. I think I'm saving this string for something else. And now I'm at the end border, and I think I finished this part also. This is on 28 count. I'm doing 2/2 with DMC. What fabric is it on? I think this is light mocha cashel from Swikart, 28 count. Yep. So I still have the ladies here, and then finishing the name of the titles and then the border, and I should be done. And I'm hoping to maybe get this one professionally done for my friend and give it to her for her retirement. She retired as an English teacher for over 20 years now. This is also the piece that I take with me if my husband has audio visual at church too. So it's just easy to take with me too and work on. My next piece is Contessa the Squid. I will show you the picture, but you kind of get the gist. I started in the middle, and this is on 28 count, and I'm doing 1/1 full cross with DMC. Ever since I finished my Grand Library. I have not picked up any pieces with, well, any full coverage pieces with 2 strands. I feel like I'm allergic to it right now. I won't say that I won't ever do it again, because I do have one piece that you will see that it has 2 strands tint on 25. But I'm really liking how flat it looks. And yeah, so this one is a mini version. I wanted to get to see her necklace and her gem. She's going to be holding a squid here, and now I'm working on her funky, what do you call these, tentacles. I thought I would go to the top corner, but it's nothing but black, so it came back and filled out her face. So on this piece, last time you saw it, I did about 9.25%, and now I'm at 19.31%, total of almost close to 8,000 stitches. And that is by Omar Ryan. I'm not sure if you can get this piece on Heaven and Earth Designs, but he moved to another chart maker, if I recall. So that is it. She's kind of creepy, right? Like, I feel like whenever I put her in the frame, she's looking at me at every direction. So, of course, this is my plan when I finish her, is to put her in my powder room, framed, maybe right over where my guests will sit on the toilet and they can be looking at each other. I don't know. That one is that. My next one is another mini. This one is Mini Heaven's Window. Let me see if I can grab it on my Kindle. I'm doing it this way so I don't have to edit, because I don't like editing. Maybe next time, because my hope is to show you what I've done before, because after this floss tube, I'm going to take pictures before I put it back on the frame or start stitching it. So so this one was the last one I just showed you, and then Mini Heaven's Window is on my other Kindle. It's really kind of funny to juggle 2 Kindles, but I'm kind of waiting to for my old one to give out, and it's been acting funny. So this one is the Mini Heaven's Window by, is it Andy Russell? Yeah. And I really like the design, so I ended up getting the mini, and I have filled out, I try to go column by column to fill it out, and I'm parking just a little bit, but every now and then I will get tired of parking and fill. So I think the next time I work on this, I will just fill this in. But this one I worked on, this one is also 25 count, 1/1 full across, and I have, or the last time you seen it, I did about 2.91%, and now I'm at 5.53% for a total of about 2K stitches. And I like how it looks so far. It'd be a nice piece, since I do live in the high desert. And we could see the stars really good here. I don't know what to do with these after I put them down. Okay. My next one is that I worked on, because I've been keeping track, so every time like I pull out a new one, I'll write it down. Not as neat. Let's see. You could see, like, I wrote it down all neat and just put like the final numbers before I started the video, but I just kind of kept track of like which ones I worked on and wrote it down. This one is God Shed His Grace for by Abraham Hunter, and it's pretty. I guess I should take it out the Q-snap. But I think y'all seen, like, I try to do long diagonals. And this is my only 2 strands, 2/1/10 that I've been working on. And I have decided, instead of doing the long diagonals, because it kind of takes forever to do that, I decided to do a modified Royal Rose, where I think I already finished 2 rows. Like over here, I can see 2 rows. And then I'm working on another row. And then if I get tired of the colors here, I will go here, and then I can start maybe another one over here. So, but I haven't felt drawn to work on this. As you can see, I've only, where is it? Put a total of 791 stitches. I am at 29.32%. I think as long as I don't jump around like I did for my Grand Library, it doesn't look as bumpy and looks as smooth as I just try to stick to completing like close to it instead of doing like cross country, and then it'll start looking bumpy like my Grand Library, which I have still yet to wash and do anything with it. I don't know. I need to build the courage up to do that. This one is getting pretty dirty. I need to wash that eventually. My next one is the Grand, is it called the Grand Butterfly? Let me see. Which Kindle is that one on? The Grand, no, it's not that one. It is, the Grand Butterfly. What did I say? The Grand Library? Sorry. It's the Grand Butterfly by Amy Stewart. And it looks like, it's a regular size, and it will look like, oop, not like that. Sorry for my ring light. You can't really see. But I started the upper left corner and decided that I think I'm going to cross country. I did a little bit here, and this is 310 black, and I already have a cone of 310 black, cone of doom or death, and then I decided to buy the second most color, which is 939. So there's the blue and the black, and I think I'm going to do that throughout this whole piece. First, I'm also doing this 1/1 full cross with DMC, and it's on 25 count. I am in no rush anymore to do projects. I've been slowly taking my time, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the process of stitching and not having any goals. So my next piece is, let me see. My next piece is called The Happy Village. And that one is done by Irina Orlov. And let's see, this is what it looked like finished. I am in the upper left corner, and I am enjoying it. I've been just kind of trying to fill out some blocks of colors, and I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on 25 count, and that's also my jam too, because I just like how flat and tapestry like it is. I have decided to put or kind of use Stitching Masterpieces, she's a YouTuber, method of putting all my floss. Except I think when I started this one, I was thinking to do tint, but since then have changed my mind of that. And So this whole piece is long enough for tent stitch. So what I have to do is kind of snip it and then pull it through to use it for full cross single stitch or single strand stitching. So that's turning out nice. It looks nice and neat for the most part as I'm like just filling in. I don't know what direction I'm going to be going, but yeah. So that's nice. The next one is the Stitcher's Retreat. And that's just how much I got done. Oh, I didn't tell you what I did for Happy Village. So for Happy Village, last time you seen it, I was at 3.37%, and now I'm at 6.76. Ending, I did about 11,000 stitches on that one. And this one is Stitcher's Retreat by Delphin and Joel Ross. It's on 28 count. And this is probably the least amount of stitches I've done for all my projects because it is on 28 count, and I started off doing two strands tint. This was before I finished the Grand Library, and since then I've been trying to do full cross. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about like restarting it on 32 count. And I haven't decided. I think I'm gonna try to see how I like the full cross first before I change my mind. But if you don't know what this piece looks like, it's charted by Heaven and Earth, but it's not. It was a free chart, but it's not free anymore. And that's how that one will look. And it's a pretty huge piece, 625 by 749. So I'm thinking about restarting it. Well, it's not much to restart, but I'm gonna see how I like stitching with 28 count. Maybe because I converted it from tent to the full cross, and then I will see about changing it. I don't know. What do you think? Should I restart it? Let's see. My next piece I have done is a new start. So I have done many new starts so far this past 6 months. And it's kind of scary when I think about it. But I have bought charts, and I am trying to start all my charts that I have in my storage. But I decided to do the regular size treasure hunt bookshelf, and this one is the color expansion. So not fully max colors, but regular, and not regular colors, the 90. It has about, I want to say, let me check, 200. How many colors does it have? Oh, I could have just clicked it. It has 199 colors. So on that one, I am doing it on 32 count. And this is where I started at the upper left corner. And I am doing this 1/1 tent on CXE. I feel like CXE fills it out more than DMC. And I can, go cross country, come back, fill in the holes, and doesn't feel too thick or anything. And it's nice. It feels like a puzzle piece that I can. I kind of stalled on this one because at this moment, CXE does not have the early colors, the 1 through 35, but I did find similar colors. Similar to CXE, as close as I can get it, from the Naughty Unicorn. She's an Etsy seller, really fast. And she told me that this brand is called Arrow. That is as close to CXC that I will find. So I'm going to take these and put it into my system so I can use. But this was one of the, well, this is what you see is one of the ways I am deciding to put my floss cards in so I can be pretty portable. Because sometimes I like to stitch in here and sometimes I like to stitch in my room or the living room or just take it with me, right? What I do is I print off the chart, cut it up a little bit and laminate it and punch like little tiny holes, and then I'll put like a strand. And once I'm like done with the strand, I'll just refill it with the color of my master set of CXC. So that's it. A lot of these holes were like one of these colors. So I'm going to come back to this. But I have put in about, where is it? 2,336 stitches, which lands me at 0.83%. And 32 count, 1/1 tint, CXC. So that is that one. And coming full circle to my next one. This one, I remember starting my first chart on Pattern Keeper, and I bought 32 count fabric for it. My eyes was way better then. I think this was like 2015 is when I found out about Heaven and Earth design. And oh, it's in this Pattern Keeper. It's like I'm juggling pattern Kindles to find the patterns. But this one is super size Once Upon a Fairy Tale Max Colors. And I restarted it. So this is what it will look like. Sorry, trying to not get the glare in there. I decided to start in the middle, and I can show you where I originally. So this was my first attempt at, why is the color like this? Come on, color. I think it's because the sun is getting darker. Let me see. Huh. See if I could change. Okay, it's a little blue, but we'll see. We'll go with that. This is when I did, what did I do? 1/1 tint. No, 1/1 full cross. And it just got pretty thick. Like, I couldn't go cross country. I think I was doing diagonals, but even like filling row by row, it felt pretty thick to do it. And my fingers hurt from the needle that I was using also. And then I think I switched it to tint. Well, I remember going all the way across and up, and I tried to do it. Anyways, it was hard and difficult. I didn't like it. So yeah, that's how much I got done. And now I'm deciding to start over. And again, this is a max color, so it's going to be around 238 colors. Still needed a pull from the early numbers. But this is how much I have done on 32 count. So you could see I'm in the middle. I think it's a scroll. I'm not sure, but I do like the coverage. And that's if I get it really close to the camera, you could see it, but the camera can see really well versus where it's far back. And let's see how much I got done with this one. New Start or Restart, Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Amy Stewart, SSMC. And I did about 1,591 stitches at 0.22%. So I think I was running into the same problem where I needed like the early colors, but I got them now, so now I can continue on with this one. Full circle and making a mess. Let's see. My next one, we are at where I have found Yogi, or I'm sorry, Slow Stitch Yogi. She's a floss tuber that does lives every or almost every day. Rare that she doesn't do one. You should check her out. But we decided to do a Kim Jacobs Wednesday. So I decided to do my studio. And that one looks like this. Sorry. Try not to get the glare. And I started in the upper left corner. And I decided I wanted to work down to the girl with the pearl, because all this light colors and it was just a little boring for me. So I have gotten to, it's a little wrinkly. I have gotten to her, as you can see. This is on 25 count, 1/1, full cross. I'm using DMC, which that's what I prefer when I'm doing 1/1 full cross. And I was looking for my book. For her, I have done 15,000 stitches, and I'm at 3.61%. So every Wednesday I try to work on her, or it's not her. I mean, that's what I'm looking at, but when I mean her, Kim Jacobs piece, which I have started or bought a couple of her pieces since then. So that one is that. I'm pretty much full coverage. This one is another new start. This one is Mini Ye Old Kitchen by Charo Marchetti. I'm doing it on 32 count, 1/1, 10 CXC. Started in July, and then I have since put 15,000 stitches at 21.36%. And this one will look like this, and it's a mini piece. And I've gotten pretty far on it. So this is where I am currently at. It's pretty fun. Looks like confetti pieces everywhere, but the method I like to do is finish out a thread. So once I have a color, I will continue and I will go far, okay? Follow it until I'm done with that thread. I can't go any further, maybe because where my hoop is, but this is pretty light. I like stitching in my hand, and then I'll turn it back, but here's my back side if you're interested to see. So I will carry. Boom. Yeah, it's all going to be covered up anyway, so I'm not worried about it. This is a fun piece. I was enabled by Leanne from Small Town Stitches, and then Yogi is working on hers also on a different count, but yeah. And now I think she has Charo Marchetti Mondays, if you want to work on that with her over there. She has a couple of pieces from him too. Let's see. My next one is also enabled by Yogi, and she wanted to start a new Amy Stewart. So I said, which one? And she told me, and so I was like, bet, let's do it. So I was able to get the fabric and start on this piece, which is called, what is it called? Sweet Shop by Amy Stewart. And it's a bookshelf with sweets. Let's see. I tried to get a thing for the ring light to diffuse it, but then you could still see it through the screen, so oh well. but that's what it looks like. And this one I decided to, I don't know if I can, to do extreme cross country. So I usually like to, and I forget sometimes, but I write down like the start date. So I started this in July 26th, and I have since done 21,000 stitches. And it's on my jam, which is 32 count, 1/1 tent with CXC. And I have done, originally I said I was going to do the last, or the first 4 big colors, which was a black, a brown, a purple, and a pink. And I pulled those. So these are the colors for my CXC. This is how I keep my master set in like a basket, but it's a whole bunch of these, and I just pulled these colors from it. So the first one, I tried to do like stay in my Q snap because is what I use for this. But then I decided, hey, I wanted to like just get the black done. So I did. I finally get the black done, and you could see that that's the first shelf. And I did it, oh, my shirt. I did it all the way to the bottom, and that's the other edge right there. Since then, I think I've been going back to the top and like filling the brown out. So, and yes, and you can see that I carry also, which these will be covered up once it's filled in. So at this moment, I don't know if I'm going to actually continue to do extreme, because since then I have put my master set back onto a easy like portable way of carrying. Before I had initially put it on this with all the threads and longer thread pieces. I have since cut all the thread pieces to this size, which is suitable for 1 thread. And then, of course, I got to fill in these. So that's more work to do, which, you know, I'd rather stitch than organize. But in this way, I can just pull from it and stitch wherever I want on this piece or any other pieces that I have. This is, I think, portable. I might try to figure out something to do with this, but yep, so far I think I will like it this way. Haven't put it into use yet, so it looks all nice and neat, but it's easy because it's thinner than my last one that I had disassembled. So this is Sweet Shop, and yep, 32 count tent. My next one, let's see, is also a new start. And this one I am doing on Saga, which is like Pattern Keeper, a program, but I think it's pretty superior to Pattern Keeper, but I mean, to each their own. I like both. So, and really I'm a Mac user, iPad user, and I have Kindles just for my cross stitch. But that's what that one is called, the Quilting Room. This Quilting Room is my only regular size max colors, and let me tell you something. I don't know if I like max colors on regular size, but I had initially started this one on 28 count, and it was like some fabric that I got from Amazon. It was so thick, it felt like I was just gonna literally cut myself. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So here's the fabric. It's doesn't even need to be serged, like nothing's coming out, which is pretty odd. It was non-gridded, which kind of freaked me out because I'm used to the grid. And it's so, look, the thread doesn't even want to come off of it. But this is what I started, and I hated it. I hate that I had to draw my own grid. I tried with a watercolor pencil. You can see, like, I don't know, I can't make the line straight enough. And it's hard for me to count past 4. Well, I decide not to count past 4, but yeah, just figuring out the grid on this, like a no-go. I don't want to do that. So decided to buy my sweet 32 count, and this is where I got. And it's a whole bunch of light stitching. It's feels like it's always changing colors. This is probably going to be my last max color for regular size. I don't mind it for a super size because you can use up the thread pretty far if you do cross country like I do. But this one, I don't know. We'll see how it is. But I decided that was the middle. Well, that might not have been the middle, but the middle's here somewhere. And then I decided to find my way to the sewing machine again. And now this is the chair. I started this in August, and now I have about 1.73% at about 3,000 stitches in it. That is also a stitch along that a lot of us ladies are doing. So my last full coverage, and I have been working on this last couple of days, is my Love Letters by Amy Stewart. Let's see if I can get the picture for you. And I feel like I've been working on this all week because this has been restarted so many times, but I have decided to convert, because I started with half stitches with 2 strand, and I converted it to 1/1 full cross, and I'm loving it. So here is what that one would look like. Let's see, can you see it? It's a pretty big piece, but it's regular colors. And I have a master set of DMC with the file folder system. And I'm thinking about making a smaller, more portable set like the CXC one that you just saw. So I can like also take that to my bedroom instead of stitching in here all the time. And then, of course, these were the links that I had for half cross, which then like this, like cutting that in half is my perfect length for my single strand full cross. These are like the most crosses on the piece, so I bought some for it. And then on I decided to, whatever pieces I had left over, then I can put it on here. So I can use this first and then pull from my master set if I don't have it on here. So that's been fun. I gotten to fill out a lot of this, which was a headache. I tried to do Royal Rose, and I think I got to here, and then I just started pulling like a typewriter with the most, or the like highest hole, and just stitching it, finishing out the thread. I tried to do another row like from here and then park. And then I had a bunch of park threads from this row, and then I filled them all in because I like parking and then I don't like parking. So I go back and forth from that. And then last night I worked this part in with 939, which I have a cone of now. So that's it for my full coverage. Try to make this fast, but I don't think I can. And we're already at 44 minutes. So every now and then I decide that I don't want to work on my Kindle, Pattern Keeper, or whatever device, and then I want to do a paper piece. So this one is Summer Quaker by Leela Rose Studio. It's printed chart that I printed, and I have done this on 40 count. What is it? Two threads over one. 2 over 1. So I'm using 1 strand, but going over 2 threads. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. I think I have worked around here. Mostly this. And I haven't done a lot, but yeah. I need to do or go back to a lot of my non-full coverage pieces, but I haven't been drawn to that. So, I don't know. So that's what I worked on for the 6 months. And I'm really sad that it's taken me 6 months to get back on here. But I think I am liking this method of talking, not looking at myself, because it's awkward for me. I commend those who can do it. You'll do it flawlessly. But maybe this will kind of help me get back on track with the Flosstube. You may notice that there are commercial or ad breaks. If you don't do Flosstube, or if you take like a long break and you do get monetized, which I was before, and I am no longer, which is okay, because that's not the point of doing Flosstube for me. But I just wanted to let you know that if you do see the ads, it's because I'm not, and it's not because I put them on there. If I ever do get monetized again, I will take those ads off. But so let's see. My plans. I don't have plans. Oh yeah, I do. I do have some new starts that I want to do. That I have fabric for, and me and this other lady from that I found on Yogi's chat. We are starting All Seasons. Let me see if I can find it. It's called All Seasons Flower Workshop. That's what it looks like, by Laura Stewart. It's regular chart, and it's a pretty big piece, but 90 colors, which I could do. And I'm starting that tomorrow on 32 count, of course, CXC tint, my jam. Also, I'm testing out this needleboard. I found this, let me see if I can zoom out. I found this, I think it's like let me see, like, it's just cardboard. It's kind of cushion, a pin board at the Dollar Tree in America. And I printed this off, and it has all the DMC numbers. So I was going to use it like a needle parker. So for instance, this one I can just puncture and keep it there. But because I'm working with two different types of threads, the CXC and the DMC, I think I'm going to get another one. But this could be for my leftover threads. Since I only use CXC for tint, so it'd be one strand. And DMC can go between 2 threads or a single. Anywho, so let me see how this works out. I put some of my pins on here for decoration. Eventually what I want to do is find something to cut these off, because I got a couple of these, and make them into needle minders. But what do you think? Something cool to try for $1. A couple of pins to keep it down and use it as a needle parker. What else am I doing? There is another start. Oh, okay, let me see. Another fabric that I did. So I got Quilting Room, All Seasons. Oh, the Traveling Library is going to be a future start. I'm doing that by Amy Stewart. There's a new chart that's released. Of course, I'm doing it on 32. And regular colors, because I am not doing max on regular size ever again. So a lot of I want to work on my DMC, like portable organization, and just stitch. I'm thinking about making a wheel, and I'm also thinking about doing stitch with me's and lives, since I have this set up here. Just need to make sure that the lighting is good, and hopefully my audio is good too. So yeah, that's it here. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments. I love answering each and every one of you. I thank you that you took your time to watch this. And yeah, I hope you have the rest of the day stitching. Um, and that's it for me, guys. All right. Bye-bye.